Hi, I thought I'd review this portable manual camping wash machine spinner. Initially, when I first used it and I didn't read the instructions, I didn't think that it was any good for washing whatsoever. But bearing in mind, if you were camping or at the caravan, you'd probably wash a few bits out by hand. And that's exactly what I do. I tend to just wash a few t-shirts, underwear, socks, etc. Now, if this fits in your sink, it's fine. It's okay. It has got suckers on it, but it doesn't tend to keep it in one place. However, it just stops you from pulling it up. So, right, what I will do is I'll show you how it actually works. Now, when I put this sucker on it because if you're using it not in your sink and at the side, this kind of spurts everywhere. Not good, especially if that pops off. So basically, you need dry hands because otherwise it's very difficult or fiddly to get this top off. So what I'm going to do, I am going to put my phone down and try and show you how I use it. So what I would do, put it in my sink and I'd fill it up from there. The ideal thing is to keep your hands dry because it can be quite difficult to it's very slippy. So you've got this removable basket as well, so you can use that as a little laundry basket. So I fill it up and put the soap on. Now, what I would do, if I had something pretty soiled anyway, I'd leave it to soak. And I think the reviews on this machine are sort of like really going at it. But on the instructions, it basically says to do one full turn. So if you read the instructions how you're supposed to do it, it's one full turn and then back again. And I find also, like if I was using a washing up bowl just to rinse my things by hand, I wouldn't use loads of water because the more water you put in this and the more washing you put in this, the harder it's going to be. So it's an aid. It's not going to do it for you. You're going to have to put the work in. So basically what I found it best to do is I'm just going to agitate this soap powder a bit. So it's quite easy to put the lid on. You've got like catchers here, but every now and again it will slip out. So try, like I say, keep a towel nearby. And then this handle springs up like so. And basically I am just going to try and get this water, the soap powder, to disperse in the water. I don't want big clumps. Right, I think that should be enough. See, it has slipped out, but oh no, it hasn't. So that's that. Right, so things I'd wash by hand would probably be a pillowcase and maybe a t-shirt, and I'd probably shove some socks and some underwear in here. But like I say, the more clothes you put in, the heavier it's going to be. So I honestly wouldn't put any more than a couple of items in here. Like if I was washing by hand, I wouldn't have everything in the sink at once because it's just too much hard work that way. So what to do is lock it into place. Now what you see a lot of people doing is really going for it. Well, you don't need to do that because what you are supposed to do, I mean, you have to go for it when it's spinning, is I leave it to stop on its own accord and do one full turn. And if you see how slowly I'm doing the handle in comparison to how fast it's spinning, it's not that hard work if you just go slowly like this, and you're just imitating how a washing machine would do this. So the recommended time for this would be 3 minutes. Well, I would be having a cup of tea, having a chat with my friend while I'm doing this. So as you can see, I'm not going at it hell for leather. I'm letting the machine do the work. So initially I thought, nah, it's no good. But there you go. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to finish off doing this. And it's like anything, if you was to leave it to soak, you'd come back and you'd probably want to give it a rub if there was a particular stain that you wanted to get out. And that would be the same with this. So, there you go. I'll switch off and I'll come back and show you how I rinse. So basically what you do to empty it is, well, I've attached a sucker, because if I was doing it on the worktop, that kind of, the hose, when you're turning it round, goes everywhere. So basically, I've just released the cap. The water is quite dirty, although things weren't too soiled. So what I want to do is I want to add some fabric softener, because I do like using my fabric softener. So while I'm waiting for this to empty, I've got a cup of tea there ready for me. So you're half tempted to just tip it, but it's stuck. It slides around, but it's stuck, so it's a little bit of a pain to actually get it out. And what I've noticed is when you've put the top on and you've locked it into place and you really kind of slide it in, it's then difficult to get off. So that's a bit of a pain. But then if you don't lock it into place completely, then it comes off when you're agitating it. So basically that's the water drain down there. So I'm going to give it a rinse. Well, I'm not going to rinse it first. You've got like a little hook here to put that on. But that will come off when you're using it. So I'm going to just rinse these clothes. Don't need hot. So if I was at the caravan, I've been wanting to save all my gas. So just rinsing. Oh, well, I'm not completely rinsing. I'm going to have to rinse the water softener out in it anyway, so I'm not going to waste my time. You get to learn sort of like what you want to do and how you're wasting your efforts. So basically, while the tap's running, I shall add just quarter of a cap over some fabric softener here. That should be enough. So I'll leave, like I say, if I was hand washing, I'd leave it to soak anyway. Yeah, that feels soft to do that. So replace the lid again. See, my hands are a bit wet, so it becomes difficult. So you always need to make sure that you've got a towel nearby. So I'm going to lock it into place, give it a swirl round, leave this to soak a bit, finish off my cup of tea, rinse like I've just done, and then I'll show you spinning. Right, now here's the hard bit. This, if you don't arrange the clothes, so like you would in, you know, like the old twin tubs, then it will kind of rock all over the place. As you can see, these clothes are wringing wet. So just see how dry they come out. Now I wouldn't put too much in. It's like I say, the more you put in, the harder it's going to be. And to be honest, this would be the bit where I say to my son, come and do it please. I mean, I have made a video where I've sat outside on a stool with this in between my legs and I've been turning out, and it was okay. I managed to do it. Now you need to really lock this lid into place, because if you don't, it will work its way loose, and if your hands are wet, you can never. Now you see my hands are wet, so you really do need to lock this into place. So let me have another go at this just to make sure. That's the only problem with it, it's the lid. They should really have some sort of different catches than this. I'd say that's my bugbear. That's the only thing. Right, let's go for it. So I like to trap it in the corner because it will really. What I do, you're supposed to do it for about 3 minutes, but I like to keep an eye on the hose to see if any water's still coming out. As you can see, it is hard work. So real time, let's just see how dry these clothes are. So you've seen how long I've done that for. And I'm shattered. Right, so you've locked it into place, and now it can be quite difficult to get off. So you saw how wet the clothes went in. This is quite good. So you can't wring any clothes out, so they're good enough to just go and put on the line. Well, I hope you find this review beneficial, and I'm pleased that I bought it. Like I say, it cost me, I think it was about 50. So I hope you find this, like I say, review beneficial, and I give it a thumbs up. I'm quite pleased with it. It won't replace the washing machine. It certainly doesn't replace the laundrette, but what it does do is just help you. And I like my gadgets. So thanks for joining me then. Bye.